Hey guys, welcome back. We've had a lot of recent requests for live PvP videos, so I thought I'd try to put a couple of those out there. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's see. We've got this group here to look and choose between. One thing I've noticed is that recently it's gotten a lot easier. I don't know if the bracket changes or how that happens, but it's usually pretty easy for me to find a group that I've got a high probability of defeating. So here, looking across, it looks like I could probably take that group out. This level 57 group as well, not too much trouble. I'm going to go for the hardest one on this group. So the first thing we have to do is look at the first character. So it's an all normal team. Their first character here, IGOROK. We've got to take him out before he gets a chance to go so he doesn't freeze all of our team. So that tells me I'm going to have some fast characters in there, especially Willow Swift to get that elemental bonus. And my Willow Swift is at a 5-star, so we've got a nice star bonus over that as well. I'll probably bring in a couple area effect fast characters, so I'm thinking Black Diamond and Masuta Kira. And then once that's done, I'd like to do IGOROK as my first normal speed character so that I can freeze the rest of the team and do extra damage on their 2 fire-based. Now, that's a group that I use relatively often. See, so I'm actually already set up for it here. So it doesn't really matter where in this sequence IGOROK goes. He's going to be my first normal speed character, which will go after their first normal speed character. It does matter for some of the rest of these depending on the team. Maybe not so much on this one. I like to make sure that I put Black Diamond first. So I take the fewest number of fast hits if they've got other fast characters on their team. And then Masuta Kira afterwards, because he can't you can't critical attack him, so it brings his survivability up much higher. So he can usually withstand a little bit more, and his health is higher. Sometimes I swap him and Willow, depending on how many fast characters they have. So we're going to go with this team, and let's see how it goes. Alright, our Black Diamond character is up to the 5-star. I'm working on getting her to that 6-star level. And this event we've got going on right now where you can get a whole bunch of hero tokens is certainly helping. So we'll go ahead with hers. And I have her Ascension so that you get additional crit chance and skill, I believe, for all light-based characters. That's an important Ascension to get for her. And we'll hope for some crits. That's good. We got at least that one there in the back. The biggest important thing right now is just to wear down IGOROK. Get him ready for Willow Swift to finish him off. And once you do these regularly, you should be fairly well ready, knowing approximately how much you need to drop his health based on his star level and Willow's star level. So she shouldn't have any trouble, and she doesn't. It's an automatic critical hit for that. So now we need to do Polar Pounding to finish off the rest. Tasumi will likely live, but be frozen. Since we do have that 1 level difference, that's what's going to give us a higher chance of actually inflicting that frozen status. If he was the exact same level, I would not rely on that. I probably would have gone with single attack players. So I would have swapped out these area effect fast characters here, Diamond Black or Black Diamond and Masuta Kira, and instead used another fast single attack player. Probably would have gone with Shadowblade. Alright, so we finished him off. Alright, we're going to look for our next opponent here. I'm going to check out their first one, and it looks like we can probably take this group as well. So the key is, if they've got IGOROK a little further in any position other than the first position, then we can have some trouble with that, because we're going to have to take out IGOROK. We'd have to take out Bovus El Doro as well. So I think we won't have too much trouble taking him out, and then we can probably freeze the rest of the group, especially with that 3-level difference there. Alright, so let's go ahead with that idea. Here I'm going to swap out Masuta Kira, because it is a little bit harder to take out Bovus El Doro, and I'm going to put in Shadowblade just in case. Alright. So very similar to the last time. This time we try to take out Bovus El Doro first. Hope for some crits, but it doesn't make too much of a difference. It just helps us to finish off the group. Your IGOROK is really critical. It's great. We do get a critical hit on Bovus El Doro, which gives us a higher chance of finishing him off with just Willow. We'll see how that goes. And we're able to do it. Alright, so now we have to make a choice with Shadow Blade. I probably wouldn't want to do it on Tasumi. Let's go for trying to get Yokozuna out of there. And we're not going to be able to finish him off. And actually, we didn't do all that much, but now that he's diseased, he'll take a little bit more damage as well. Alright, so they're all frozen. We get to skip those turns. Now, I think we should probably just focus on taking Tasumi out. Alright, and we'll just get him with this group. This was a fairly high star level, fairly tough level or group of people to attack, but this is our first time taking any damage. So we've got 2 people with days on them, and we've taken some damage now, but we should start to be able to finish them off. Now, hopefully, let's see, she's diseased, so she's doing a little less. We've got poison here. Yokozuna might do taunt next turn, which is going to cause us some trouble. Yep, he does taunt. So that doesn't do any extra damage, but that does mean that we've got to attack him now. Hopefully, we've got that elemental benefit there. So we're going to get really close to taking him out. And unfortunately, this one will get a little closer than we want it to be. Oh, and they do have his 3rd ascension. That could spell doom for us. Alright, so we'll use Vampiric Shurikens. We're just not doing a lot of damage. We got lucky with that freeze. Alright, and this should help out. So if we can finish him off, then we just have Yokozuna. So this wasn't looking so good, but we had some of our cooldowns come back around. Usually try to have a little bit more damage. It was just such a tough party in terms of their defense. They had a lot of tanks on the team. They were able to take a lot of damage. And having primarily a fast team like that, they can do a lot that first round, but after that, it takes a bit to do extra damage. So luckily we were able to skate through there and finish them off. Alright, so looking at this next group, let's first check the first guy. And I think we can do that same strategy. So we're getting lucky in that we haven't had a real hard group yet. They are up to level 60, so that'll change up our strategy a little bit. We won't be doing the area effect attack this time. But we still need to take out Bovus El Doro on the first turn. So with that, let's take out the area effect, leave in these 2, and who should we bring for our 4th one? We're still going to go with the same thing for IGOROK. The idea is to freeze, and I think if we use a fire elemental, it'll help us to take out Tasumi. The other option would be bringing in Archangel Emily, so she could revive anybody that falls, and she does double damage on Tasumi. So that's the toss-up right now. I did get the 2nd ascension for Lady Nimriel, so I think I'm going to go ahead and stick with her. Alright, start off the battle. Again, we need to take out Bovus El Doro early. Nice. Almost able to take him out with just that one hit from Willow. Shadowblade's our last fast character, so we have to finish him off. We can hold off, I'm trying to think. It probably would be a good idea to hold off on From the Shadows. We can just finish him off with a single attack. Now we've got From the Shadows that we can hold on to for a massive attack on the next turn. Now hopefully we can freeze everyone. Even if we don't freeze them, or even if we don't freeze Tasumi, it wouldn't have done enough damage to Tasumi to give him an attack modifier to increase his overall attack. So we're in good shape there. I think I'm going to go ahead with get over here, try to take Tasumi out first. even though he's not next in line, he presents the most threat. Alright, and see if we can finish him off like this. And we'll take that from the shadows and try to take that. Alright, we got her, so this is just mopping this up again. We haven't been touched yet. So use IGOROK here. We should take our first hit if she survives, and she doesn't, so no hits taken, and no trouble with this one. Alright, for our fourth and final group, let's see, try again with this last, with the most difficult contender here. We'd have 2 5-star fast characters that would attack before we'd get any chance to go. That doesn't make me very excited, because we need to be able to guarantee that we could take out Bovus El Doro. If they took out our fast characters before we can do that, and Bovus El Doro gets a chance to go, that pushes back all of our ultimates, and we'd very likely lose. This is also almost entirely a 5-star. I'm going to hold off on this group. Alright, so very similar setup right here. And I don't really want to do just a 7 trophy, so let's give it a roll. And look at this 57 level again. Right, again, 2 fast characters and then IGOROK. This is a 5-star or 4-star IGOROK. We have to take him out, but we have to deal with these 2 5-star fast characters first. Not really liking that. Alright, I like this group much better. We've got to live through Willow Swift, but it is difficult for her to take out most characters all on her own. We do have to take out Yokozuna. She has a chance. Let's see, I think. Let's go through here. So we need to take out Yokozuna, which is one of the hardest characters to take out early on. And I'm going to double check on their team, and they also have Tsumi. Okay. So we're definitely going to want to freeze right after Yokozuna, but we want to finish him off first. So these 2 can probably do it. I've almost got Shadow Blade to the 4-star level. I think if I do something like 1 gem refresh, I'll be able to get him to that 4-star level, which would really help this team out, because their Willow Swift could probably take him out as a 1-shot. So that puts us at a little bit of risk for this one. I think I'll add in Tsumi. If they do take out Shadow Blade, then our chances of winning go down significantly. But putting in Tsumi will increase Willow Swift's attack and give Tsumi a little bit more health, so that if he gets taken down a little ways but isn't finished off, then he could save the team. So we'll go with that for a try and just... Alright, another thing to mention, because their Willow also has Tsumi on the same team, her attack is going to be boosted as well. So she could take her out, but she doesn't. So I think that puts us in really good shape. Hopefully we can take out Yokozuna. That's 1 hit. That's what we wanted. So now we've got some options. And I'd like to not hit Tsumi, so I think I'm going to again hold off on From the Shadows. And we will attack maybe Nimriel, just a little hit. Because if this doesn't freeze Tsumi, I don't want to get hit by his Soul Shred with the damage multiplier. Alright, so we were able to get it, and we were able to freeze him, so we should be able to finish off Lady Nimriel, presumably, and do some damage to Tsumi. Alright, and so he's done. So we had a pretty good damage multiplier here. I didn't realize his health had gone down so far. Alright, keeping it a little quiet here. In the midst of the move, travel to 4 locations, but not at our permanent spot. So trying to keep it down a little bit here. We were able to go through some of these live battles. I hope that was enjoyable. Thanks for watching. I don't think I'm going to add in any of the extra. You kind of blasted through those videos. It only saves the last 5, so there's probably not much to watch. See, this is during a special event, so we've got this new character here, something like Ignius Maximus or something like that. Working towards our rewards there, currently ranked 30. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to everyone soon. Thanks again.